Honorable Ndindi Nyoro.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for this opportunity to respond to the allegations that were made in the last sitting. And Mr. Speaker, I seek your indulgence that I relax my mask because I need to talk freely. And Mr. Speaker, as I rise, Mr. Speaker, please stop making noise, members. Give me time to respond because I also gave you time to accuse me.
No, Honorable Ndindi Nyoro, who did you are not, who could you have no authority or capacity to give anybody time.
All right. Mr. Speaker, I received your summons, and you know very much that I respect you in terms of the person, your person, and I also respect the chair and the speaker of this house. And therefore, Mr. Speaker, I actually suspended a lot of constituency business to come and respond and to show respect to your summons, Mr. Speaker. And therefore, from the onset, I want this House and even the chair to know that I take this House very seriously. I take Mr. Speaker very seriously, and I'm sure I am on record, even saying on this on the floor of this House that among the people I look up to, one of them is none other than J.B. Muturi, in terms of experience, in terms of years, and therefore, Mr. Speaker, anything that I could say, and especially referring to the chair, Mr. Speaker, I will not be referring to you as a person. Mr. Speaker, I could term myself as a youthful member of parliament. And Mr. Speaker, like many other young people out there, many of us look for opportunities and actually aspire to come to this August House. And the expectations out there for this House, Mr. Speaker, are enormous. And when I was a bit younger, and I could watch the debates from other prominent members of parliament who have been in this House before, Mr. Speaker, I could see dignified people conducting themselves in a very dignified manner. And therefore, Mr. Speaker, I would want to give my response in a forthright manner without holding anything back. Mr. Speaker, for a country to start, and for a nation, and especially a modern nation to start, I believe that there are three prerequisites. Number one is to have a strong state. Mr. Speaker, number two is to have the rule of law. And number three, to have accountability.
Now, Honorable Ndindi Nyoro.
Yes.
Please. You know, if we were in the usual meetings out there, we can have all the time to listen to this diatribe. But if it's possible, just for members claim that you refer to them as con men, I don't know, things like those. Those are the only things, Honorable Ndindi Nyoro. If you didn't say it, just like the Honorable Kuri has just said, if you didn't, you didn't. And you can state so that we...
Mr. Speaker, I believe this is a very weighty matter. And as I have said...
Now you'll respond. Did you utter those stated ones? Or did you not?
Mr. Speaker, I don't think, because I've gone through the standing orders, and I don't think anyone has got powers to dictate to me how to respond to these summons.
Honorable Ndindi Nyoro, you will either respond or not. You are not coming here to lecture people on the attributes of democracy, rule of law, and others. You are expected to everybody here is expected to know that. So just
Mr. Speaker, forgive me.
If you did not make those allegations, Ndindi Nyoro, I mean, you just say so.
Mr. Speaker, forgive me, because this is my way of responding, and I will be very brief indeed. But it is important for me to give a brief background, Mr. Speaker.
Did you or did you not?
Do what?
After those allegations, alleged ones.
I am saying I am in the process of answering you. Mr. Speaker, if there was a no or a yes answer, then a response would have been written for me to come and read. So I should be given time to respect in the best way.
Honorable Nyoro, I will order that you resume your seat. I will not allow you to come here and tell people stories which have no bearing. It is irrelevant, tediously so. Yeah? It is irrelevant. You either Honorable Nyoro, you either said utter those ones or you did not. If you said yes or no and then continue to give the background, people would understand. But now you are giving us stories about what may have been written by Edmund book. Yeah. So Honorable Nyoro, this is an opportunity for you to you just tell us what happened.
Mr. Speaker, I have gone through the summons and the answer, and the member purported that I actually referred to some people as cowards and traitors and sellouts. And Mr. Speaker, I actually referred to some people in those words. And therefore, I actually did. But Mr. Speaker, I want to give some background.
Some people?
Yes.
Who are those? So not these members?
Some could be.
Now, Honorable Ndindi, don't be clever by an inch. Which ones are those?
Mr. Speaker, I'm sure I'll be through by now, other than these interjections.
No, you can see, Honorable Ndindi, the number of requests, interventions which are here.
Mr. Speaker, I honored your summons, and I came to give my response. Why can't these members give me time to respond to their queries?
Since you have admitted in your own words that you did refer to some members as traitors, conmen, and sellouts, perhaps you could go ahead now and tell us who those were, because you are now required to substantiate. Honorable Nyoro.
Mr. Speaker, when we came here last Thursday, we were voting on the BBI bill. And Mr. Speaker, there are many parameters on which members considered when they were voting. Number one, there are those like us, and many even who voted for yes or no, who voted through their conscience. Mr. Speaker, there are others that I have evidence who voted through their stomachs. Mr. Speaker, others voted on the basis of intimidation. And others, Mr. Speaker, voted by the direction of...
Honorable Nyoro, now you are making things even worse. I thought people were just using their mouths. These are not reptiles. How could they vote using their stomachs? I mean, surely, Honorable Ndindi, these are not reptiles. How would they vote using their stomachs? Honorable Ndindi, just substantiate who. Just explain that bit so that
Mr. Speaker,
we can be through with this.
Mr. Speaker, the people I referred to as cowards and traitors and sellouts are the people who departed from their conscience that day and voted through their stomach, and also those who voted by the direction of their party leaders, Mr. Speaker, and also the others who actually brought fear and voted on the basis of intimidation. Mr. Speaker, as I was saying before I was rudely interrupted, our country rests on three premises. Number one is a strong state.
This thing, Honorable Ndindi Nyoro, I imagine that actually you've eaten today, or you will eat, unless you're on hunger strike. So please, let's not go that route of food, unless you are using it figuratively. Honorable Nyoro,
Mr. Speaker, I don't know why some members have gone on the defensive, because I'm yet to name names, and I'm going there. I'll be naming names, so relax, be patient. We are going to know the traitors, separate them from the sycophants and from the sellouts. So please be patient. If the shoe fits, wear it. If it doesn't fit, don't wear it. Please give me time. Please give me time.
Now, honourable members, I think I want to give direction as to how we are going to conclude this matter. Honourable Ndindi Nyoro, you have admitted that you refer to some people as traitors, cowards, conmen, and the rest. That is correct. You are saying you are on your way to naming. Is that correct? Maybe.
Mr. Speaker, if you give me just 3 minutes, I'll
No. Can you first of all confirm that? Because you said you are now in the process of going.
Mr. Speaker, what I have is evidence. If you guide me to name now, I will name now.
Now, no, Honorable Ndindi Nyoro, did you refer to some members that way?
As what?
Conmen, traitors, sellouts, cowards.
Mr. Speaker, I referred to some people as cowards, traitors, and sellouts. But I also want to add, they are also sycophants and betrayers of the Kenyan people.
Very well. That's enough.
And Mr. Speaker.
That's enough. You may resume your seat. Honorable Mbandi. Yeah.
We can have whip moving.
Honorable Wangwe.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, in line with your ruling that the Honorable Ndindi be named, I beg to move that the Honorable Ndindi Nyoro be now suspended from the House pursuant to Standing Orders 108(2)A and 110. Honorable Speaker, I beg to move and ask my Deputy, the Honorable Maoka Maore, to second.
Mr. Speaker, I beg to second that Honorable Ndindi Nyoro, MP for Kiharu, be named. Be suspended in according to Standing Order 108. And, Mr. Speaker, I want to qualify by saying that at the moment we were voting, it was very easy to be excited and angry with what was happening, depending on the party you are. And that can be explained as a spur of the moment. But, Mr. Speaker, to come here and actually emphasize and threaten or even imagine that there is any explainable reason for those words is unacceptable to this House, and there is a reason why we call this room, it is different from any room that is out there. It is the presence of the August House. When you want to use one word, you call it the hallowed presence. It is not meant for juveniles. It is not meant for delinquents. It is not meant for the drunks. It is not meant for all the other adjectives that we can use to protect the dignity of those who come here. It does not matter what excitement is there. And, Mr. Speaker, I wish you had allowed the Honorable Member for Gatundu South to say what he was holding. What for? The story would have been different from what you have ruled. So, Mr. Speaker, I wish to seek the indulgence of the House that we need to teach the Honorable Ndindi Nyoro and the others who might wish to follow his path. Hakuna nduka inauza andabu. Hakuna nduka inauza andabu. It is taught. Mr. Speaker, I wish to second the motion.
Honourable members, and the member for Ndindi, I invite you to also have a look at Standing Order 108. There is no debate. Honourable members, I put the question, which is that Mr. Ndindi Nyoro be suspended in the first instance. Will as many as that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as the contrary opinion say nay? Nay. The ayes have it. Sorry, honourable members, you don't have the threshold. You don't have the threshold to claim for a division. It therefore means that the motion is carried. Honourable members. Now even that that behavior, honourable members, is not good. Honourable members. It therefore means, and honourable members, I want to just explain to you the standing orders. Your standing orders, and this is in reference to the point made by the Honourable Duale. The standing order, your own standing orders are crafted in such a way as to treat you with a lot of dignity. It's for that reason that understanding Order 110, now that the motion has been carried, the Honourable Ndindi Nyoro can only be and will only be suspended from the precincts of Parliament, including his office, for the period of 4 days. You must follow your own standing orders. For the period of 4 days, including today. These are your standing orders, and they are done that because you are supposed to be treated with dignity. But the recess period is obviously not counted. So, the Honourable Ndindi Nyoro, please make your way out of the House and out of the precincts of Parliament for the start of 4 days. Honourable Ndindi Nyoro, that is inviting, you don't make noise. Just